I'm already start recording. This was like, you must have fun shooting this because you guys are just laughing. Even before I press the button, you just sitting up having a good time.
Yeah, but now we got all serious. Like, yeah, well, we're going to talk about cinema.
I know.
Now when I hear I should say I'm Bobcat Goldwaith.
I was about to say I'm here with Bobcat Goldwaith. And now, how you?
Daryl Sabar.
Sabar, okay.
Yeah.
Daryl Sabar. I didn't know how to say your last name, but Sabar.
Yeah,
right.
and we have a new movie that I wrote and directed that stars Daryl and Robin Williams. But now when I hear myself, now that I write and direct films, I would really punch me in the throat. Do you know what I mean? Because I sound because I pontificate about making films now. And
you're all artistic now.
Yeah,
and everything.
Really, dude, you were in Hot to Trot, all right?
Yeah, I know. You've gone from
Mr.
Police Academy trying to be a French auteur and shit, you know?
I could the Police Academy Award.
This was up here wearing a beret right now. An espresso.
You know what? I think I'm going to do the rest of the press like that.
Yeah, you should.
With a mustache.
Yeah, fake mustache, like one that's drawn on. But no, I want to say that, first of all, you were excellent in the movie, man.
Thank you very much.
I was really... Now, I didn't even recognize you at first. From being like the kid from Spy Kids and
that's cool,
and Keeping Up with the Steins and everything.
Yeah.
I just, and not knowing who you were, just put it in this context of like when I was coming here to do the interview, I was even walking out of the elevator like, I'm gonna kill this fucking kid. Man. Can't wait to get in and choke the shit out of him. Cause I mean, you in the movie, you.
That's why I wore my Ninja Turtle shirt, by the way, today.
So you look all cuddly and everything.
That's right. Yeah.
Got ninja skills. Daryl is a really smart guy because he's really interested in being an actor and not really interested in being a celebrity. Truly, And so he was willing to be such a creep. But when he came in and auditioned, he certainly he was out of character. First, he lied because he was there to play the cute kid, the sweet kid, Andrew.
Oh, the sidekick?
Yeah, the nice boy, yeah. And so he lied, says, no, I'm here for Kyle. And I was like, I knew he was lying. I was like, okay. So he read and he was really good. And I was nervous that he really was that much of a jerk that I called people. And then I had him come back, and it wasn't for another audition. I had him come back because I kind of just wanted to talk to him and just see if he was a good guy. Because when I saw him do his performance, I was like, well, if I get this kid, I really think we might have a movie here, was my feelings.
Yeah, and no, and you're such a nice guy right now. In the movie you play. Yeah, this is he's acting right now. When I leave the room like that.
It slapped me around and.
There's a bunch of hookers in here.
Yeah. That's why it smells like that now. All right then.
We got a new print.
Oh shit, man!
Yeah, no.
I had to wipe off my clown makeup and.
For people who don't know, the movie deals with Robin Williams plays the title character, the father.
Yeah,
of the movie.
he is the world's greatest dad.
Yeah, and he has to be to deal with your ass because you in the movie you were just an ungrateful, mean-spirited and just perverted, nasty little son of a bitch, man.
And you know what's funny is I always thought one of the villains in the movie was the lack of imagination, and there's a lot of Daryl's ad libs that made the movie, but sometimes he would come up with jokes that were actually kind of too funny, and I go, whoa. The kid is really uninspired. That's why he's always calling, everything's either gay or fag or retarded. He very limited vocabulary, and he almost doesn't even have the energy to come up with insults. He's just horrible.
Yeah, and there's no redemption for you really in the movie at all.
But when I was editing the movie, it's like there's one scene where he's talking about chili dogging a girl, and I'm like, I had to call him up in the editing bay, and I'm like, Daryl, what's chili dog? He goes, well, that's when you crap on someone's chest. I go, oh, well, what's new? And he goes, well, I just got my license. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get off the phone. It's just kind of weird, middle-aged dude talking to teen boy about crapping on people's chests.
What you didn't know is that was I was in my 5th period anatomy class when you called, and my teacher was giving a lecture, and I ducked down behind the desk, and I'm like, because I was whispering, and I was like, what's up, Bobcat?
In the middle of class, you're like, that's when you shit on somebody's chest.
That's right. Yeah.
Mr. Sabar.
Yeah. I was in class when you called. Yeah,
we were just talking about all the stuff Daryl's got going on, and it's like, well, I'm doing this Robert Rodriguez movie right now, and I have a new movie coming out with Meryl Streep, and then this one that we made, and then 2 weeks I start senior year.
Oh, that's on the phone conversation.
Yeah, but that's true. I mean, that's one of those things. Like, Daryl is a smart guy. A working kid in Hollywood really doesn't have to show up for school. I mean, that's the reality of it. And he's doing all the right steps. So he's a smart guy. You know?
Oh, so you're not an asshole yet, then, is that?
Well, he might be. I don't know. If he is, he's stealth about it.
Yeah, he hides it very well. Very good actor.
He's become a little bit of the family. You know, he hangs out with my daughter and stuff.
Oh, you trust him around your daughter, so he must be all right.
Well, no, I'll tell the story. There's this one time because his daughter and I. No.
You didn't think about that right now, did you?
No. No, his daughter and I would hang out. We'd hang out and stuff like that around Seattle. It was my first time in Seattle. I think it was her first time also. So we'd go check out places in Seattle. And one day, it was near the end of the shoot. We're doing this scene where I'm, hanging on a bar pole. I'm in a harness and everything. And it's been a long day. And all of a sudden, Bobcat stops and grabs the bullhorn. And he's in this Donald Duck hat. And he goes, "So what are your intentions with my daughter?"
I was wondering if he had the noose around his neck.
So you want to kill him right now?
I just had to have a guy move an apple box, and he would have been strangled.
So seriously, did y'all hook up?
Yeah, no, I don't know. All I know is this. I don't believe he did hook up with my daughter. But one morning in the house that we were renting, all of a sudden I'm just getting up and... "Oh, good morning, Daryl."
He's coming out of a robe, smoking a cigar. "Hey, Bobcat, how you doing?" "Nice kid you got there."
He's got a ladder going out the back door and a sheet. So when I say family, he may be my son-in-law.
Yeah, hey, you might have a little granddaughter or the grandson on the way. You don't know.
But you know what? Look, I'm just gonna ride his coattails.
Yeah, he's about to be a machete. Yeah, a machete.
What are you doing it?
I called the producer. I'm like, what can and can I not say? Yeah, because
it's the film version of
the trailer.
The trailer, exactly. Yeah, so they're just like, tell them to watch a trailer that was 2 years old. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember you in it.
No, I went. So I'm. But no, I play Julio. I have a sidekick named Jorge. And we help Machete out with the revolution and try to take down Robert De Niro's character, Senator McLaughlin or something like that.
Damn, that's nice, man.
So
You get to take down Robert De Niro. You know how many kids get to say that?
So did you have scenes acting with De Niro?
You know what, De Niro's here for 5 days or something like that, and I think all of his stuff is separate because Robert can do that with the technology that he has.
But will you be
right. I don't know.
They're going to CG you in with Robert De Niro. You're never going to meet him.
Who knows? So it's we'll see.
That was like we had a premiere for our World's Greatest Dad, and Billy Crystal. They're taking his picture. He goes, "Man, do they know I'm not in it?" I go, "Well, you are actually.
Yeah.
I CGI'd you in, but you're not really on the answer print. So if you don't like it, I can still get rid of you." But
yeah, you play Robin Williams' son.
Yeah.
Thanks to technology today. Hey, you know what, man? I want to ask you now. I don't know if everybody is asking you this question, but you have, from my knowledge, 2 films so far. Is it?
Well, there's Sleeping Dogs Lie, which was similar in tone as this movie, and that was at Sundance also a few years ago. And then before that, years ago, I made Shakes the Clown that I directed. And then there's another movie that was on Comedy Central called Windy City Heat.
Yeah. My friend Martin showed me that, and that thing is hilarious, man.
Well, thanks, but I can't take credit for that because that's a lot of people. That's a big puzzle and
was that okay? So how much of that was?
Sure. It's real. Perry and I talk about once or twice a week still.
Really?
Sure.
So a lot of that stuff is real because I didn't know how much was like.
Call him up. I can get him on the phone if you want.
You showed it in Seattle, and right before you showed it in Seattle, he called you and asked you about the sequel.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. That thing is hilarious.
I can't talk about it because Perry wants to get everybody back, so I think that's a good idea.
Well, okay, so that movie was pretty funny. Now, maybe this just changes the context of my whole question then, but Shakes the Clown, this movie right now, are you really fucking unhappy, man? Or are you,
You know what I hear? I read interviews with me, and I see, and I even see interviews with me, and I think, wow, what a miserable prick! Like someone should just put this guy down.
I wasn't thinking prick. I was just thinking like, you're laughing right now, but
but like, and then when you work with me too, the set is very, very, when I directed the Kimmel Show or even on this show, the energy is really up, and it's really a lot of laughs. But yeah, and then the stuff that comes out of me seems so dark, and I don't know what the deal is, But I heard that like Bob Fosse, when they were making Star 80, used to throw parties almost every night.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, all right, so she's dead and you're raping her. Oh, wait, we're getting an overtime. Cut. Let's party.
So is that after you're done, you're like all cynical, but when you say cut, you're like, fucking hookers, shit.
Woo. No, I think it's, I don't know where all this stuff comes. I don't consider the stuff dark. I really don't. I'm not trying to be cute. I really do think like, that these are just the things that interest me, and these are the themes that interest me, and this is the subjects and stuff that I do find funny, and I've said it before, but it's true. I mean, because people keep going, oh, it's a dark comedy. I'm like, Kate Hudson movie, that's a dark comedy, man. That's a dark place. I don't know any of those people. I don't know when I'm even supposed to laugh. I'm confused. That's dark. These are kind of personal, even though the events are never really personal, but the people in the movies are usually all personal.
Yeah, no, I found like Fool's Gold very depressing. So, but
that's what I'm saying. That is it. Made you depressed. This one it's kind of weird because all these things happen in the movies, in both these movies that I think if you didn't see them, or you would think that they were kind of sillier in tone or wackier, and they're not. Everything's played pretty serious, and I see them, and this sounds pretentious, but I see them almost as like little. Like fables, little stories. I don't see them as like, an accurate slice of life. But but when we're doing them, we play them very realistic.
Yeah, no, I think, would you consider then, like, when people say, oh, that's a dark comedy, would you consider like, well, it may come off as cynical, but it's something that's more real?
Yeah, I think it's, I guess people would consider it cynical, but both the last two movies had kind of upbeat endings, if you root around in the mire, there are upbeat endings in there, and they're not so nihilistic. Like by the end of the picture, you're like, "Oh man, what's the point?" It's still supposed to be comedic, and it's not. They're a little bit hopeful, I think, but some people don't catch that and at all, and think I'm this. And I'm finishing up the screenplay now if I ever get to make, and it's the first thing I've made where when I finished it, a draft of it. I was like, oh, this is kind of dark.
Yeah, you're like, damn. Even you look like
this
damn.
One, I was like, wow, man, maybe I got to cut that scene.
You were
out.
saying that about yourself, man. I got to help this prick right here.
I was like, this is too much. Maybe this one's a little too dark. I don't know if Americans are going to get behind it.
Well, I mean, you're a very smart director, no doubt. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are telling you that.
No, that's nice. No, I'm thrilled to hear that. That's thanks. That
you make movies that are going to. I mean, right now, at least judging from, again, Shakes a Clown in this, and I didn't see the one that you had in Sundance last time.
Sleeping Dogs Lie.
Sleeping Dogs Lie. Yeah,
it's very similar in tone to World's Greatest Dad, and although it was called Stay when it was at. It was called Stay when I was at Sundance, and then it became Sleeping Dogs Lie because there's a Mark Forrester film called Stay.
Yeah, that's the one about the dreams and all that.
Yeah, but my movie has a little bit of bestiality, so I love the idea of like somebody renting that Stay, going, Naomi Watts better blow a dog soon because this is not the movie I heard about.
Hey, well, we talking about CGI. You can put that in there. You should remake this, But I mean, you make the kind of movies now where they're going to get a reaction out of people. I mean, they're going to, a lot. And even if somebody says, you know what, this movie, I wasn't crazy about it, but they can't help talking about it. I mean, it must still be somewhat of a compliment to you. Yeah,
I mean, like when I sit down to write a movie, I don't sit there and go, oh, well, I'm not just going, oh, this ought to blow their asses through their face. This will be really offensive or shocking. I'm really truly not thinking those terms. But like at Sundance and some of the screenings we've had, it's super exciting. For me, it's like, it's nice when I hear people laughing and clapping and crying. I know that sounds weird, but especially in the other one. But But to me, what's really awesome and exciting is when you leave the theater and there's people and they're all kind of having these really animated discussions about what they saw, and they're, discussing the themes and stuff, and that's really crazy. That's pretty awesome when that happens.
No, because I'm going to tell you, I mean, I walked out of the movie like mad. I was just like,
Sure,
fuck Bobcat Goldwaith. Mess up my day, Willie. Shit, I was having a good day.
You're going to go find Daryl, punch him in the face.
Well, that's what I was going to do when I was coming up here. I was about to kick down the door. Where is he?
Hey, what's up?
You Kyle? But I have to say, I can't stop talking about the movie, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused, man. You had me puzzled walking out of there. I'm like, I don't know how I should feel about this.
That's cool. Then go see it again afterwards. And
Look at it. You can tell he's Hollywood. Yeah, well, if you can, go see it 2 more times. Yeah. You can't stop talking about it? Yeah, bring your mom. Talk with her about it.
But yeah, no, that's exciting, and I'm glad folks, it's a cliche to say things have exceeded your expectations, but this movie really has, from Robin and Daryl, their performances to the reaction, to the fact that it's not just going to become a DVD, and that it's starting to have a shelf life and stuff.
Yeah.
That it's hitting theaters, and that it is on video on demand, and it is in your hotel room. And I've said to folks, like, if you watch it video on demand, I'm going to start a service so it feels like you're in an actual theater where 4 teenagers show up late and sit all around you and text and keep asking each other loudly what's going on. and they talk to the screen. Oh, no, you didn't.
Well, I'm about to say, hey, invite me over. I'll be the black guy in the theater that keeps talking. Shit, fuck you, man. What that boy's ass?
He's behind the door.
Shit, I bet he wouldn't do that with my mama. He wouldn't,
Get out of the cabin, bitch.
Yeah, it's not even a horror movie. It's like, run, motherfucker.
Don't go back.
Sir, would you please shut up? But no, being that you are somewhat seen as a very smart director now. I mean, a lot of people still think of you as the Bobcat Goldwaith that we know from the 80s. And this is what's interesting to me. At what point do you say, all right, now it's time for me to probably move on with my real personality and be myself for real and drop the stage persona?
It's recently when I did stand-up, I did that just because I couldn't do it anymore. It just seemed so fake, and I was so unhappy. And, true, I'm up on stage and in Des Moines, and people are going, do the voice, but I know that I can only do myself at this point when I do stand up, and it made stand up fun again. The problem is it doesn't help that like 2 weeks before or after in these same gigs, Winslow was just there, Michael Winslow doing helicopter farts for 45 minutes, and then I come up and I'm not doing the Grover voice. Everyone's mad at me, but I found that it's kind of fun. It was really funny though. I was doing some interviews the other day, and these people were talking about, and I'm going, well, I'm aware that I created this character and that this character is going to be with me. And so I try not to obsess, and I'm going this, and this girl interviewing me cuts me off. She goes, what character? I'm 19. Yeah. So I was like, awesome, So if I can keep making movies, I'd be really happy.
No, I mean, actually, that's a good business move. It's like, hey, you had that personality for the older generation. Now these kids coming up, they get a different guy.
Yeah.
And I heard you killed at that show at Capital City, man. I had a friend at that show. He told me how you came out, and everybody was like, what? And you're like, yeah, motherfuckers. You didn't look like you did 15 years ago too, did you?
And I got on stage, and I was really, once again, that anger. I don't know where it comes from. I was really angry. I remember they Cap City.
See, you were unhappy, man. Then, you were so mad.
It was even worse though. Like I was so angry. I was so mad, and I flipped over accidentally, and I'm like a turtle. I couldn't get up. So I just stayed on the ground yelling, and I acted like that was part of the act. Like I do that every show,
You wait for somebody to flip you over.
Yeah. Okay, there's got to be a second show. And people were like looking up in the chairs, like, craning their necks.
It's like the janitor Smith mopping up, and then you still on your back. Hey, man.
But another thing, what about?
And I hate you too, janitor.
Yeah, listen, get your hands off me. Yeah.
Man, so the movies, look, I heard you say that it's opening up in 13 cities right now?
Yeah, it opens up on the 21st of August. It's in New York, and then it goes to L.A. and Seattle and San Francisco, and then after that it goes to, another. So it'll, right now we're going to play in 43 theaters, which to me is a huge rollout, because once again, these are movies, my expectations are always super low, especially when I write them and then when I make them, I'm always just thinking like, I hope folks get to see it, I hope it ends up on cable. Serious, these are the kind of things, the goals I set. So the fact that we're having this theatrical run is really awesome.
Yeah, you hear about movies that open up in 1,000 theaters, 2,000
Right.
theaters, and I don't think people understand that when you actually make a film of this type, which is a very independent film, I mean, it's a really cool deal to have it. And,
Sure.
like, even in a handful of theaters, like 13.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's a big deal. Because I've made movies that never made it to 13 screens, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, and are you looking forward to? Now here's another thing I'm curious about from just the business side of things. You have the movies that are blockbusters, and the studios can't wait for them to go to DVD because that's where the money is. And,
Right.
and it's almost like the theaters, it's just advertisement now. So for a movie of this type, is it more important to have it play on the screens that you have, or are you looking forward to DVD also?
Oh no, I'm glad about the theatrical run because I think comedies, even a comedy like these movies I make, they're really kind of meant to be seen with a bunch of folks. So you get into that thing of laughing and stuff. So that means a lot to me. But it's funny. It's like what you said about everyone waits for the DVD, and that's the thing. Like they make R-rated comedies. And R is supposed to be adult, but it's not really adult. It's really they're waiting for those 12 and 13-year-olds to get a hold of the movie. That's where they make their money. And I really don't have any interest in entertaining teenagers. I think, no offense, Daryl, I think they're idiots.
Yeah, fuck off, man.
But no. I mean, but I don't think, but there's plenty of movies with robots in them and stuff like that for those folks and for, and for Mormon vampires and all that. But, I'm just doing, so I'm just, trying to make movies for adults. And I don't think of myself as an intellectual, but I just hope that these are for folks in their early 20s and up that would like to see a movie. That's a comedy.
Cindy's walking here like Dracula every 5 minutes to give me the wrap up. Like,
Give me a wrap. It is like,
your time has come. It's now I just have one last question here because I was really curious about this. I mean, you were so vile in the movie that you were even just kind of moist. Did you hose this guy down in scenes?
Yeah, I feel bad for Daryl because I don't know if I told you, but I told the makeup woman I never want to see you dry. Like you were always supposed to be oily in the movie.
Yeah, no, I remember because I remember walking in the trailer the first day and she was looking at me like, so what are we gonna do? And I'm like me, like I don't know what does Bobcat want? And you came in and you're like, yeah, he came in really oily and I was like, that's just teenager skin, man. Like I can't, So she's like, not much, and I was like, I mean, that's great because that's what I wanted. I wanted people to, and I did some things too. It's like when I found out that I got it, I don't usually like eat junk food, but I like shoveled in cheeseburgers and soda. And
You
shit.
took the cheeseburger and rubbed it on your face.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's what I did.
Greasy in the movie.
he is. I mean, and it worked.
I just wanted to be a big slob and and then see how that went, and then because for me, like, I love doing characters and and I love transforming and things like that, and so this is just one transformation. I don't know.
Yeah, every scene had you looking like you just got through masturbating around the corner and just stepped into the scene. I'm just like,
Yeah,
jeez.
I think it's funny that like he's all oily, and then like after he got slapped, there's a slap still. Yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, but I mean, that's who this kid was supposed to be, and I hope it made it easier on him. But instead of, I think there is a certain amount of actors and actresses that if you said, okay, and you're always gonna look oily, like your skin's breaking out, they would probably have a big problem with that. But no, Daryl's into acting.
No, it was a good job on both your parts, man. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks so much. Thanks for the kind words.
No. Here, before we go, I'm gonna give you a hug, man, because I think you need that. Just do it for me.
I really. I know.
Makes me feel better.
I know. But you don't want me happy. I don't know. What am I going to make movies about? Bunnies? And
bunny,
rainbows?
Yeah, a bunny having sex with Naomi Watts.
It'll be a suicidal rabbit that sits around and thinks about mortality, and he'll be the one rabbit that doesn't get laid. That's what it'd be. That's what the movie would be.
Yeah, Bobcat Goldwaith's The Horny Rabbit.
Yeah, just do this guy.
A children's tale.
This horrible rabbit. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. I gotta go
man.
write that.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.